The COVID-19 pandemic has proved debilitating to small economies such as Jamaica. Governments have been left scrambling to find a way forward in an ever-changing global landscape. There has also been a call from small and developing nations for greater equity in debt servicing, among other concerns.
The ongoing COVID-19 pandemic has significantly set back the Caribbean's economic reform agenda and is delaying our attainment of Agenda 2030 development targets. Just before the pandemic, Jamaica was preparing to reap the benefits of its significant macroeconomic reform program. The benefits were instead eroded, and circumstances compounded by significant rain-induced infrastructure damage. The result? Jamaica recorded its worst economic decline in 40 years. This double blow, common in the experience of Caribbean small island developing states, not only contributed to increased debt, but also came on the back of an extended period of climate-induced shocks, exacerbating the vulnerabilities of our small, open economies. In addition to the public health response, Jamaica's COVID-19 recovery has been geared at emerging economically and socially stronger through policy initiatives that boost competitiveness, increase productivity, enhance resilience, and improve social safety. Among other steps, we introduced a stimulus package, including productivity incentives for micro, small, and medium enterprises, and an extensive social protection program. The recovery program also targets investments in green infrastructure, carbon neutral and nature-based solutions, renewables, digitization, and expanded use of technology, especially to support agriculture and supply chain management. In the medium to longer term, it is directly aligned to Jamaica's 2020 enhanced nationally determined contribution and will decouple economic growth from emissions growth.
In his recent address at the virtual P4G, Partnering for Green Growth and Global Goals 2030 Summit, hosted by the government of the Republic of Korea, Prime Minister Holness made a call to the international community to accelerate climate action and bridge SDG implementation gaps.
Like other developing countries, the extent of Jamaica's greening has been limited by the inadequacy of the means of implementation, including financial resources and technology. For us, recovery includes resilience and is therefore integrally linked to the climate agenda and the SDGs. In this regard, Jamaica calls on the international community to accelerate climate action and bridge SDG implementation gaps. We also call on the international community to ensure that there is equitable global access to COVID-19 vaccines, that financial resources for climate action be scaled up and access simplified, that new categories are established for access to concessional and non-concessional development finance based on vulnerability measures rather than per capita income, that more resources are dedicated to adaptation in recognition of the vulnerability of low emitters, that access to appropriate technology, especially for early warning systems, research and development, digitization, and modernization be assured. Today, we have a unique opportunity to generate an inclusive, resilient, and green recovery that ensures a broad and lasting rise in prosperity, especially for the poorest, most marginalized, highly indebted, and vulnerable. It is an opportunity we cannot afford to miss.